Hi everyone, welcome to another video on ethics and corporate governance. In this video, we'll be examining various ethical theories that we can use in business decision making. What we will learn in this video is have an understanding of what is business ethics and also how do we make good business decisions. We'll be using what is termed as normative ethical theories. So what are some of these normative ethical theories? So these are all going to be examined in this video. So what is business ethics? Business ethics really is the examining of the various business situations, activities, especially business decision making that we do in business, and how do we determine whether a business decision is right or wrong. So this is what business ethics is all about. But first, let's sort of understand some of the terminology that is being used in business ethics. First, what is morality? Morality is or are the norms, the values, and the beliefs that we have developed over our lives through the interaction that we have with our family, with our community, with people around us. These norms, values, and beliefs dictate what we should do, what is right, and what is wrong. Then we have the term ethics. Ethics, of course, is based on morality. And what's the difference between ethics and morality is how we apply morality in the day-to-day things that we do, in particular business activities. How do we make business decisions? What rules do we follow? In order to ensure that we make the right decisions. These are all part of ethics. What are ethical theories then? Ethical theories are rules and principles that has been rationally developed that gives us some sort of guidance as to whether a business decision or something that we are doing is right or wrong. Is there any difference between ethics and law? Uh, what what are laws, right? Laws are rules that govern the behavior of people. It laws tells us what we can or cannot do. Yes, some laws are based on ethical and moral behavior, but not all laws relate to ethics and morality. Some laws are just there to ensure that our activities do not disrupt the society at large. For example, you can only drive on one side of the road, for example. So law may include ethics and morality, but not all laws cover all aspects of ethics and morality. So ethics and morality covers more than what is stated in the law. Sometimes many people just follow the letter of the law, and they always try and see what are the loopholes so that they can take advantage of each other, and they don't really look at the ethics and morality of their behavior. So it's therefore important to look at ethics and morality separate from the law as well. So why is business ethics important? This is because there have been many examples of cases where businesses and companies have acted in a way that was harmful to the environment, to the people, to society. Let me give you a few examples here. So many years ago, there was a horrific explosion of an oil rig in the Gulf of Mexico. And this oil rig was called the Deepwater Horizon, and it belonged to British Petroleum. As a result of this explosion, there was a huge oil spill, and it released millions of gallons of oil into the ocean and killed many creatures and wildlife. Um, and the result of this, the cause of this oil spill, was argued to be bad business decisions that did not put the safety of the environment as a priority, but instead focused on business decisions, uh, focused on saving costs, for example. Another example closer to home was Top Glove. Top Glove was doing very well, during the pandemic. But even before the pandemic started, there were accusations that Top Glove did not take care of their employees. Their employees were housed in very bad accommodations, poor accommodations. So is this the right thing? And why is it that some companies treat their workers in such a manner? So another example was the Boeing case, which happened again just before the pandemic, where in 2018 and 2019 there were two back-to-back horrific crashes of the Boeing 737 MAX aircrafts. And these crashes were later found to be, somewhat due to the poor business decisions by the managers of the company. So all these examples tells us that there is a real need for us to understand the impact of ethics on business, so that businesses become more sustainable and they do not have a negative impact on our society and on our environment. Now let's look at what are normative ethical theories. As I said, ethical theories are rules that is rationally developed uh, to explain why something should be done this way. This is the right way rather than and what is the wrong way. So normative ethical theories are really, theories that explain or prescribe what is the right moral behavior for businesses or for anyone. Normative comes from the word norm, which is a standard of behavior. So normative ethical theories are theories that prescribe to us, tells us how to behave. Okay? There are two extreme views of ethical theories. There is one group of ethical theories which we call absolutism, which says that there's only one theory that you must follow. There's only one way of doing things. There's only one right way of doing things, right? You can argue that religion could be somewhat an absolutist approach, because you either follow that religion or you don't follow that religion. Another alternative view of ethical theories is relativism. And essentially, what relativism says is that there's no real right way of doing things. It all depends on your culture, your perspective. So everything can be right if depending on who you are and how you look at things. Of course, if you look at it, relativism may not be very helpful because it doesn't really tell us what is the right thing to do. Right? Absolutism is a bit extreme because of the very different ways of looking at things. So what we have is a middle ground, which we call ethical pluralism, which is essentially an ethical theory that takes the perspective that you may need to look at things from different points of view. Different theories can tell you different aspects of what to do. So you adopt a little bit of each of these theories. Okay, so those are what we mean by normative ethical theories. And for the purposes of this course, we will be adopting an ethical pluralism perspective. Let's talk a little bit about normative ethical theories and religion. And by the way, most of the normative ethical theories that we will examine, at least for this course, are based on Western philosophers. Okay, so what's the difference between these normative ethical theories and religion? They have some overlap, right? But there are some distinct differences as well. First, the source of the rules and principles. So in Western philosophy-based normative ethical theories, how we derive these theories are based on rational thinking. We rationalize out the reason of why we think something is right or wrong. Okay, whereas if you look at religion, in many religions, what is right or wrong is prescribed by a divine being. So either a god being or it could be an enlightened person. Okay, so that's the key difference between normative ethical theories and religion. The second perhaps difference between normative ethical theories and religion is the impact of the behavior, right? So for normative ethical theories, most of the normative ethical theories tend to look at the impact on others, on people around you, or on in society around you and the community around you. For religion, yes, it also takes into account the impact of your behavior to others, but religion also focuses on the self. That if you believe in certain religion, then you are saved. Your salvation is assured. All right. So the two differences between normative ethical theories and religion is, one, the source of how we derive these theories or these rules and principles, and the impact of these rules and principles. So for the purposes of this course, we will look at basically Western philosophical ethical theories, normative ethical theories, and these are based on rational arguments, rational thinking, and we focus on the impact of our behavior to others around us. Now, if we examine normative ethical theories, they can be divided into perhaps what we can call two camps. Okay, whatever the camp is, these normative ethical theories dictate or tells us or let us know, how we should behave, how we, what should be our actions, what are actions that are good, and what are actions that are bad. So we can look at it from two perspectives. One is the impact of our actions, the outcome of our actions. Whether an action is good or bad depend on how it affects the other person, right? And these group of normative ethical theories are called consequentialist theories. And examples of consequentialist theories that we will examine are utilitarianism and egoism. Okay. On another flip side to this series of normative ethical theories are those ethical theories that don't look at the consequence of our actions, but look at the action itself and asks what is the motivation, what is the intention of that action, and that will tell us whether that action is right or wrong. All right, and these group of normative ethical theories are what we call non-consequentialist. Okay, and examples of non-consequentialist theories that we will be looking at are ethics of duties and ethics of rights and justice. I will discuss in detail these examples of normative theory in the next video. So Till I see you in the next video, please do stay safe and take care.